Okay, hello. So, I don't really make videos, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and there are a lot of people who, I mean, not just YouTube, I mean, scroll through a bit of Reddit, and a lot of people are complaining about Genshin as like gacha game and all that, criticizing it here and there, and I just felt like I want to give my personal opinion to those who would want to know, um, and hopefully give them some insights into this game. I think I just want to put it out there first that Genshin as a game itself, honestly, I think it's good. Like graphics, the fighting and all that, the open world concept and all that. Like I don't really play that. I mean, I heard of Breath of the Wild, but I didn't play it. So this is kind of new to me. And it's definitely something interesting for me to actually play and experience. But I'll just put it out there first. I'm sort of F2P, but not really F2P, depending on your perspective. Um, I bought that moon thing, the monthly moon card or something. Where like you basically need to you get like some gems per day, I guess. And that's all I actually spend on. I don't spend anything else. But the thing is, I actually spend like I bought it with that Google survey thing. Like you can basically get free credits to get Google Play credits, and I accumulated sufficient enough to actually be able to buy the moon card. Yeah, so that's essentially what I've spent on. Uh, and because like I get it essentially free since like it's from surveys, right? Shall we redo this? Yeah, so in my perspective, I'm considered free to play, but of course to some people it won't be considered free to play since I actually got the moon card. But I mean that's up to you guys' interpretation. But just in general, I feel like you don't actually need to wail on this game to actually have fun. Like if you think about this game, it's quite young, right? I mean, I don't know if young is the right word, but what I'm trying to say is it's quite early. There's not much content actually, so whaling it will actually make you go super fast, and by doing so, you won't be able to really enjoy this game per se. So that's kind of why I don't think whaling is good. But anyway, yeah. So as a low playing player, I've been able to progress quite a bit in the game. It's actually quite friendly towards free to play. You don't really need all these whaling to actually progress a lot. Moreover, I think the game actually gave quite a bit of primal gems at the beginning of the like during the promotion stage, I suppose. So I was actually able to get quite a number of rolls, and I suppose some of you will say that I'm like very lucky. But I know that some people, you just keep re-rolling, right? So even though I don't really spend a lot, I just got that card, and I don't think I renew it actually because I'm running low on that Google Survey rewards money. Yeah, but I guess I've been quite lucky in terms of rolls. Like I got 2 5 stars and got really lucky with official. But I'll talk about it maybe later. Uh, I just want to touch on the fact that as an F2P, you can really have a lot of fun because there's so much things to do. The quests, the stories are fun. There's a lot of exploration, and the map is decently huge. The only problem is that because it's quite young, there's not a lot to actually explore if you just rush through the game. And the thing is that if you whale and you get so strong and you do everything, I don't know. I personally don't see the fun in it. Like it's kind of boring if you have everything and then all the monsters and fights are just way too easy for yourself. So chances are like the initial, I think they give quite a bit, maybe at least 10k primal gems altogether if I'm not wrong. If you include with like the gameplay, chess, primal gems from like your handbook, leveling, all that. I think as F2P I probably got 10k plus, and okay, including that I guess my monthly card. Yet I've been able to progress quite a bit with not much of problem so far. So for those of you who are like free to play, right, you don't really get very good characters. I mean, you can just reroll now, honestly. Considering now there's still that event to actually invite people, I think. So the main point is that you guys don't actually need to pay to actually play and enjoy this game because they actually give quite a good number of varieties, right? They may not be the strongest, but I've actually seen people who actually able to play Ember as a carry, your DPS player, but other than that, it's like they give all the different elements actually. So fire, you have ice, wind and geo, and then lightning, right? The rest of this, no, I think you can get it as a It's a beginner thing, right? There's some beginner wish. And Barbara you could get for free as well during the event. I don't know whether it's still on. Xiangling is from the Abyss. So actually the game gives quite a number of different elemental characters, which in my opinion, of course it's gonna be difficult to actually play, but that's kind of where the fun is in my opinion. Like, if I can just kill the monsters so easily, isn't it quite boring? But I think it's more fun if I can actually mix the elements, have some super cool combo and actually take down enemies. So yeah. So in essence, like I don't think you actually need to gacha and spend money to actually enjoy this game. Like it's really quite obvious, right, that a lot of people mention that for the gacha system it's really quite bad in terms of the rates. Like what 5%, that's 0 point something percent, I don't know how much it was. So it's kind of a bait for those people. And like knowing that it's so low, I honestly suggest that people do actually just gacha to try and get those, because what's the point of gachaing and progressing so quickly? Like there's actually no point, you actually get bored of it and just be doing dates, which I actually do now. Yeah. Like I more or less hit like a wall, I don't have much to do. I do have one quest though, yeah, which I haven't done, which is the, I think the Venti one. Yeah, and I think the Geoculus, collecting all the Geoculus that quest. That's about it. So with the game having not enough content, and you're just gonna reach the end of it, right? I think other than that, the fact is that this game is actually players versus enemies, right? Like monsters, right? So why would you guys really need to gacha? Like I get it for some RPGs, people gacha because you can hit the top and all that. There's some form of happiness from that, some form of achievement, I suppose. And I mean, it's sort of justified, but the main point I would say is that if you can afford to gacha, then by all means do it. But if you are not able to, I really suggest that when you play this game, don't get baited into gachaing this, because like I see so many people spending like thousands and thousands, streamers doing that. But the thing is that they are able to do that because of viewership and all that, right? They actually can get some of their money back line in some sense. So it's sort of like an investment, I suppose. And for those who have work day-to-day jobs, right, I feel like you guys, if you don't have, like if you don't earn a lot and all that, right, I think it might be better to just spend on something else instead of like gaching, I suppose. Yeah. Like it's just funny for me because normally when there's some form of competition, I can understand why people would like to gacha, that they want to feel at the top, which is fair enough, I suppose. But of course, please spend within your budget lah. Don't anyhow spend until you can't afford some basic necessities. At the end of the game, at the end of the day, right, as a free game, I really feel it's a good game. It's really a good game. You get to play this for free. Just don't spend any money and play the game for fun. Because I really think it's enjoyable. Like, it's really enjoyable for me. You really don't need to pay to actually enjoy this game, because graphics, the gameplay, and they actually give you quite a bit of primal gems. I think I can show it from here. Let me see. Yeah. For those who are currently joining, I'm sorry I can't help you with that. But let's look. Like from here, they really give you like 10 Queen Fade. I think some of these also. You give fades, gems. Count of gems. So for those who actually started, like look at this 1.6k gems, right? So for those who actually started, right, you actually have quite a lot of gems to work with. So with that being said, it's actually fine not to gacha, and I really hope those who actually spend a lot will start to stop, because there's kind of no point lah. Yeah. There's kind of no point. You kind of reach the what's that? Your limit of what you can really do in this game. Other than that, let me see. Yeah, I don't really have much to say, to be honest. The general message is that I really don't want to keep seeing people like spending so much on this game, because I think spending a bit is fine, honestly. But the problem comes when you don't control like indiscriminate spending on this game. And I want to put a message out there, that this game can definitely be played free to play. You don't have to spend to play this game. And if you don't get good rolls, just remake an account. Just remake an account and reroll, Why not? It works. other than that, I don't have much to say. But the fact, maybe I can just show. Okay, I can just show you guys how I like as a sub F2P, right? I basically got lucky with Razor. I don't know if that's considered lucky. Oh, okay, I got lucky with NT and Jean. Jean, I got it from the permanent banner. I'm pretty sure many of you guys can do it if you just keep re-rolling until you get 5-star. So, for the sake of you're sort of trading time for money, and then again, even if you use money, the rates aren't gonna go up very high. You probably pull in quite a bit of money just to get 5-star. So why not keep re-rolling until you get 5-star for free? And despite me being relatively F2P, right? Like I've been able to progress quite a bit with relative ease. Weapons wise, like the game gives you good options, man. This 4-star item that you can craft, you can actually bring it all the way to the max refined level, I guess. If you keep doing the weekly bosses, right? And it's actually a good option. In other words, if you have a Claymore user, you don't need to gacha to get that 4 or 5-star Claymore. It's fine. This weapon is great. Okay. Other than that, for this compound bow, which is for the range side, it's a decent weapon as well. It kind of works for any DPS, like a range character, I feel. So these two are already like options for F2P. You don't even have to spend to get the weapons. Okay. So for characters, just reroll, and for weapons, honestly, just create the ones that they give you. Right. This as well, the sword, Iron Sting. Iron Sting also craftable. So 3 weapons that you can actually craft. In other words, you don't really need to go and get the gacha weapons. Like even when I use these free-to-play weapons, right, you're actually able to progress because they're decently good weapons. It's not like as if you need to pay to win. In fact, I really don't think this is a pay-to-win game. It's just nice to have different characters, I suppose. With all these options, I think it's just nice. But that's all there is to it, and there's no competition. The main thing I feel is that play this game to enjoy it. Just play to enjoy the scenery, the gameplay. Because at the end of the day, you hit like what? Like around rank 37. I have no quest to do, more or less. Like, you can see. Where's my quest? Even? No, quest here. Alright. After this, right, I have to hit like level 38 before I get the next quest, which is this, right? The newly released Monarch quest. And then that's it. Like, there's nothing else for you to do. You just have dailies, which is just grinding. And do you really think it's gonna be fun just because you have all your 5-star and just do dailies? Like, that's not gonna be fun. Right, like, look at all these markings. It's just all dailies, you know. Once you reach this point, there's nothing much to do. So, honestly, just play the game for the fun of it. Like, it's very interesting puzzles, it's very interesting quests. There are many things you can do as a F2P to actually, you know, get a power boost. Like I have all these markings for artifacts, like here, which I watched on guides, mining, locations, mob farming for certain types of monsters. But after that, like, think about it, it's just this type of grinding and all that, you know. Like, can you imagine you pay 2k, you reach the end of the game so quickly, and then you're just grinding dailies. Like, honestly, it's not gonna be worth it, lah. Like, especially if you don't have that financial means, please, don't bother to actually spend that amount of money. If anything, as I said, reroll is a great option. Or if you want to spend, just spend on the monthly thing. I wouldn't say that you don't spend at all on this game. If you want to, you can spend a bit, but I'm mostly referring to those who actually spend hundreds and thousands on this game. I think just one card, just that one monthly card, I think that's good enough to enjoy the game. Even if you don't have, reroll. I only bought it because I have the Google survey rewards. If I don't have it, I actually wouldn't bother to buy it, because I'm kind of a... I want to say, like, is it considered what's that called? What's that word called? Not selfish, but like stingy in some sense with regards to games. Like, why would I pay when they're already giving me the option to play this game for free? You know? So really just play the game for fun, walk yourself slowly towards it, because eventually this game will sort of die, right? Because it depends on content, and like if you spend 1k on it, it's a big yikes for me, man. It's a big yikes. You're just gonna more or less waste it. So really just use that money, spend on something more important. Really, it's a great game, I must say first, but definitely not a game that you need to pay to actually enjoy, because there are ways for you to get the primal gem. It's slow, but at the same time, it's not worth to spend the money to rush through the game since you reach the end point very quickly. So right now, as a free-to-play, I played. I don't know how long I've been playing this actually. I didn't play it when it first came out, so I can't tell for sure. But I think at least maybe 1 month, and I already reached the end of it more or less. Like it's just dailies. Look at this shit. This is what I do every day. Like all this okay, except the mining, I like all this what monsters and all that. That's literally all I do. And then resin as well, right? Which has like a freaking ceiling, so that's reduces your playtime as well. So the only way you play is to find all these things to do. Of course, as a free-to-play, this would be really difficult, the Spiral Abyss, but it's fine, just slowly get up. It's not really not worth to spend so much money to play it. Like, think about it, it's kind of like a Breath of the Wild game, right? I hope I don't anger anybody, but I've never played it, but I'm just quoting it in some sense because a lot of people have actually mentioned it, okay? But in general, it's just a really great game. Good graphics, they give you sufficient characters to explore, there are a lot of chests to earn, you know, weapons, to create weapons, to get stronger, right? And so, in a sense, it's possible to play free to play. Oh shit. Actually, did something. What's this thing? Yeah, so that's my message. Please don't spend if you can't spend. Don't spend $1,000 unless you're those streamers who can actually afford it. Please do spend it on your essentials, things that you actually need. If you have enough money, you earn a lot of money, spend, feel free. I think there's nothing wrong, but do not, I really don't think it's right to promote spending of this game because some people may not have the means to do so, but they are just what the heck, they're just influenced by you to actually go and spend, which, yeah, it's not really good for them, right? So other than that, like look at this, free to play, I reach max artifacts, what the heck, just by farming every day. Yeah, I actually need to sell a couple of things. Give me a moment. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be annoying, of course, to have lots of things to do as a dailies, but the thing is that if you spend a lot of money, isn't it more boring? Like I get to have my fun while spending minimum amount of money, and like, yeah. I don't know where I'm going with all this speech, to be honest. That's really long. So okay. I'll just show you guys as a free to play what I have. Right. So of course I've been insanely lucky, honestly. I got Jean Razor at the start together with Noel and Ningguang. Right. I heard Ningguang is really good, but I didn't use her because I didn't know how she works until I saw someone do her super burst. Noel, right? Okay. So other than that, I got Xingqiu this banner. Sucrose as well. And then Xiangling I got one from Rolling, I think, because I was trying to get Venti, and then Xiangling I also got from the Spiral Abyss event. And the thing is that Xiangling is really good, sadly it doesn't fit, right? I actually got her to 2 constellations, and just for record, I got Venti at 83 pulls if I'm not wrong. So yeah, just spending at $7 I got a Venti, so I was really lucky, right? And not just that, like my Fisher 0 constellations, right? All this, it's fine. Look at Fisher, 5 constellations as a free to play. Okay, as a free to play. Okay. I hope I don't anger people like, oh, you spend on a monthly card. Like, I am sorry. Like, I'm throwing out the phrase free to play because it's coming from my perspective. Because I literally didn't spend any money, considering it's Google survey, it's free money for me, so that's why I say it's free to play. So for you guys, in your perspective, it may not be free to play, but at least it's just $7 and you can actually, if you're lucky, you can get it lah. I'm not gonna say that everyone's gonna be as lucky to get so many constellations, but the main idea is that it's definitely possible to not spend money to play the game lah. So I'll summarize it with like the fact that, first of all, the game is really short right now. There's not a lot of content. If you will, you're not really gonna get, I don't think at least you're gonna get that money satisfaction because the content just runs dry really quickly. And then other than content, the second thing is that the game gives you sufficient primal gems to actually be able to roll a bit here and there, so please don't get baited by it. Like, really don't get baited by it. Okay. And the third thing is that the game actually gives you sufficient characters. There are many events, such as the Xiangling one from Abyss, Barbara, I think they're giving. I heard Fisher's coming out soon, I'm not entirely sure. So the game actually gives you sufficient options to actually play with all the different elements here and there. These are just bonuses that if you're lucky you can get it, and I hope for those of you who actually keep rerolling, I hope you get what you want. It's gonna be annoying if you have to keep rerolling. Yeah, and that's it. Like, yeah, because once you hit around my level, I think you'll just be doing this thing. Yeah, and those who currently playing, like spending a lot, try to not spend, I guess. If you have the money to do so, you're like some would, you know, really rich person, sure, spend, but it's mainly for those who can't really keep up, right? Don't get influenced into spending like some of those on YouTube or streamers, I guess. Like, it's just not worth. They're able to do it because it's kind of, in a sense, convenient for some of those, not all, because they kind of earn back their money, right? And for those who are not able to, like those normal, blue collar workers here and there, just enjoy the game. It's a great game. Take your time. If not, like, you'll be like me. You'll be bored just doing dailies. And yeah, it's not worth it, man. Yeah, it's a good game in general. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I just want to put the message out that gacha is not a necessity. It's just a luxury. It's a want. It's not a need. So please do not just randomly throw money here. If you are not able to, just use that money. Maybe buy another game. Yeah. Nonetheless, I love this game. It's just that I'm not bought into the gacha thing. It's just not my kind of thing. I don't get enticed by it. Oh yeah, come to think of it. Yeah. So even given all these characters, right? I actually have a good number of wishes left. 3.5k. So yeah, if you take away 3k from my dailies, the monthly cut is 561. So yeah, even with that, I still can get decent characters. So just reroll, hope your luck is good. If not, just keep rerolling. And if you don't, enjoy the game. I personally think that if it's too easy, with all the OP characters, I don't think it's fun. And it's okay to play weaker heroes, I think. Like, yeah, do enjoy the game and don't overspend lah. Okay, yeah, that's all. I don't know why I'm making this. Like, I just made it out of a win, and I hope that anyone who actually watches this would change their mind on spending too much on this game and just enjoying it as it is instead of like wailing on it. Yeah, that's all. Bye bye.